All right, Coach. Well, welcome back into the Orange and Black studios here. It's been a rough weekend for you guys. Two losses with Stanford and Cal, but looking to rebound this weekend. Before we look ahead, let's kind of recap what went on with two tough teams on the road.
Yeah, this last weekend was a tough test for us, and we knew that going into the weekend. I think as a group we're definitely not satisfied with how we played in both matches. We've talked about it quite a few times now with our players. We've learned some hard lessons this weekend. We definitely know that we can play at a higher level than what we did. Unfortunately, we made some errors in both games that cost us goals. And I think that it's pretty evident from us to take away from these last games that if we make those kinds of errors against teams of that quality, they'll take advantage of them. And that's what happened. And, it was difficult to fight our way back into the games, even though there were spurts where we did try to do that. So yeah, there's some hard lessons to learn, and we can definitely improve from this weekend and prepare better for these upcoming games this weekend against USC and UCLA.
Good news is the season is still young, plenty of matches left to play. Anything that you found sort of the bright spot, the silver lining that you can take away from last week? Any sort of highlights in your mind that you saw from individual performances or players?
Well, once again, I think Sammy Jo was outstanding in goal on Sunday. She played very, very well. She's definitely showing that she's way more or far ahead of her time than just a freshman. So for me, that was a bright spot, especially under some tough conditions. And, I think as a group, we know that, just to comment on your last statement, that we know there's plenty of games still to play in conference play, and it's still wide open, so we have to just approach every game the right way.
All right, and as you mentioned, Sammy Jo, interesting stat, making up more than 60% of all the saves Oregon State has this year, which is second in the conference with 69, just 5 behind Washington. So not a bad place to be saves-wise.
Yeah, not at all.
Looking ahead this weekend, again, it doesn't get any easier, but you're at home, USC, UCLA. Just talk about those clubs and what you expect to see from them Friday and Sunday.
Well, they're different types of teams. They play different styles of soccer. But they're both very, very strong and competitive, and we have to be prepared for both matches. Obviously, the first one, USC, will definitely be focusing on that more so right now. But like I said, two different brands of soccer, so we have to prepare a little bit differently for Friday's match versus Sunday's match. But again, both schools with tremendous history and success, so just like every other game in our conference, it'll be a challenge, it'll be a test, but it is nice to be at home. It's very, very nice to be at home, and I know the players will be excited about that.
What are some of the advantages for, fans that are just there in the stands that are not really playing on the sidelines with you? What are some of the advantages to being at home in a conference match as opposed to the road?
Well, you just have the comforts of home, number one, and you have the support of your fans, which is huge. And our girls love our field and love playing on it, and just the atmosphere of our facility. So I think it's a big bonus to play at home.
And for those fans coming on Friday, of course, it's Wear Orange Day at Lorenz Field, so always encouraged to wear orange and paint the stands with the good old OSU colors. Speaking of those matches, like last weekend, this weekend, both of them will be on the Pac-12 Networks. You've been getting a lot of FaceTime on there, being interviewed. I'm sure you've gotten comments. Is it sort of different this year? Do you have to change your mentality? When you come out of a half and put on the headset, is it something getting used to?
Well, it's definitely different, but it's not changed our pattern of how we get ready for the second half. It's kind of just now how it is. I think it's obviously a great privilege to be able to showcase your team on TV nationally or within the Northwest. So it's a great thing to be a part of, this new network, and we just have to make sure that when we get out on the field, we're doing our best.
All right, well, we'll look for you at Lorenz Field. For the fans who can't make it, they'll see you on the good old TV on the Pac-12 Networks. Good luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you afterward.
Thank you.